Piece of work that I did, did a master's in looking at people within residential setting, older people in the residential setting, and we looked at their perceptions of what they did. Okay? Literally, what do you do during the day? What makes you happy? What do you like doing during the day? Okay? And there was massive difference in when they're actually doing what they chose to do and what they wanted to do and how they wanted to do it. There was a huge difference in their mood immediately after. Okay? In dementia settings, that makes a massive difference. Even having a small, meaningful conversation with somebody that has quite moderate to severe dementia can actually improve their mood for up to half an hour post-period of that intervention. Yeah? So lots and lots of stuff that's saying that occupation is linked to well-being. Looking on the opposite side of that, there's lots of studies of areas where there has been occupational deprivation. In other words, nothing to do at all. Terry Waite. Has anybody read Terry Waite's autobiography? He said that one of the most hardest things was nothingness. Okay? Nothing to talk to, nothing to do. The monotony of nothingness. And certainly in settings where you look of occupational deprivation, time is long and it passes slowly. Time is nothingness. Now I must admit, I can remember a few years ago having that much work to do. I can remember sitting thinking to myself, wouldn't it be brilliant if I got stuck in a lift? And I was in that lift and nobody knew where I was, and I just stayed in that lift and nobody hassled me and I had nothing to do for a bit of time. Anybody sometimes feel, well obviously you don't go, yeah, I want to be stuck in a lift, but anybody sometimes think it would be brilliant not to have to do anything? Anybody feel like that? Yeah, a few nods. Okay? But if that is for a prolonged period of time and it's out of your control, then that's a different kettle of fish. Yeah? There'll be a time when I want that lift door to open, thank you very much. Okay? But if it's out of your control and you can't open that lift door and there's still nothingness, that is a big problem. So Terry Waite said the importance was to keep his mind active, to keep thinking, yeah, to keep trying to do things, to walk around the cell as much as you could, yeah, try and put some sort of exercise in, try and put some sort of meaningfulness in, to try and chart the days on the walk, that type of thing. And certainly, and I know it's better put who said it. I know you might have different views on that, but prisoners. Should we be giving prisoners meaningful things to do in prison? Who thinks yes? Who thinks no? You're doing the video, you're not allowed to vote. Okay? It's a debate, isn't it? If you're there for punishment, probably the best punishment is occupational deprivation, solitary confinement. Do absolutely nothing. There's punishment in itself. But should we be rehabilitating and we're not reoffending? Okay? If that's the case, the worst thing we can do is give them nothingness, because nothingness will make you depressed and make you more unhappy. So, similarly, we're looking at the severe there, the hostages, the prisoners, hospital ward patients. Anybody been in hospital for a little bit of time? Yeah? Anybody got a bit bored? Yeah? Lost the will to live after a few days? Okay? Time is nothingness. You're out of control. Everything happens around you. You sit there and you wait. Okay? The nurse goes, I'll be here with the bedpan in a minute. Half an hour passes. Yeah? Okay? You're desperate for the visitors to turn up. Okay? Huge amounts of institutionalisation just within a few days on a ward. I was 15 years at the Countess of Chester Hospital and managed the therapy services there. And what a lot of there were lots of people, all right, they go, oh, not you again. But really, really look forward to the therapy for something meaningful to do. Because you're sitting there out of control, and time is nothingness, and time passes. And lots of people, when the televisions and the phones were brought in by the bedside, complained, said it's absolutely ridiculous. We do a ward round, they're watching the television, they're on the phone, but at least there is stuff to do if you're confined to bed at that time. Okay? So, occupational deprivation for ward patients. The residential setting. Occupational deprivation within the residential setting was quite bad. Stuck in a room, somebody you don't like either side, not spoken to, only ever asked when you want to go to the toilet. Wheeled to the toilet, brought back, sat in the same place. Okay? So occupational deprivation can give us some evidence on how we do makes us happy. Somebody did a piece of work on people in residential settings, and the person that was sitting there actually, do you remember I said at the beginning if you thought you do nothing, actually you are doing something even when you're just sitting there. Said, I'm not just sitting here, I'm thinking. And lots of people, the people that I spoke to in residential settings said that sometimes when I want to, and I'm sitting on my own, I'm reflecting on my life, and I'm thinking about things, and I'm happy doing that. Sometimes we don't give ourselves enough time just to sit and think, do we? And sitting and thinking can be as meaningful an occupation as actually physically doing something. I must admit, when I started working here, when I was at the Countess Hospital, everybody used to run around all the time, there was beeps going off all the time, and you were never busy, you were running up and down the corridor, just keep running, don't always not busy. And I came here and I started working here, and I sat in the office, and one of the lecturers just put a pen down and went like that. I was like, I said, what are you doing? I said, I'm thinking. I was like, whoa, this is freaky. But sometimes having time to think and reflect. So cognitive doing is as important as physical doing. When we're doing, to make us happy, we don't actually have to be doing. We can be sitting and thinking. Okay? So next time that somebody says, oi, go and wash those dishes, I'm already doing. I'm sitting and thinking and reflecting. This is meaningful and this makes me happier. So, that's our occupational science bit. You know what I mean by occupational science. So what is happiness? How would you describe happiness? What is happiness to you? Any ideas?
Feeling.
Helen? How you feel inside. Brilliant. How you feel inside is an excellent one, okay? Anybody else?
It's just a temporary thing.
A temporary thing? Yes, it's a transient moment, possibly, all right? As we said, it's a bit abnormal to go around happy, all day, every day, isn't it? Okay? So yes, it can be a momentary thing, all right? Some people say that you can never really be happy if you haven't experienced unhappiness. I don't know. That's a discussion to have. I can remember when I lost my dad, somebody said to me, well, you've had your life too good up to now, you've always been happy. You'll know what happiness is now. I must admit, I don't quite know if I really needed that to happen to experience happiness. But, yeah, if you're going round in a complete life is absolutely superb all the time, it's probably an artificial happiness. So you're right, sometimes you have a rush of happiness. So it's feeling, it's being momentarily happy. Anybody else? Pardon? Achieving goals could be another thing, yeah. Hold that thought, as I say to our students, that's coming.
State of mind.
A state of mind, yeah, it can be a state of mind, how you're thinking, all right? So, you're right, sometimes you get happy people. I'm in a happy state, yeah. Let's have a look. There's different things that make us happy. But yes, happiness is how we feel, and it's what we express as well. Okay? Now that's a difficult one, because sometimes we can have the smiling depressor, can't we? Alright? So really, you're feeling pretty rubbish deep down. But somebody goes, "You alright?" You go, "Yeah, fine, thank you. It's great. Everything's fine. Loving it here." Yeah, yeah. All the family, "Well, yes, they're fine." "How's work going?" "Lovely, loving every minute." Yeah? So, that's debatable, okay? So, you very much rightly said it's what you're feeling. Let's think of how we can make ourselves happy. Right? And if any of you are interested in what I'm talking about, brilliant book. Unfortunately, I didn't write it. It would be great if I could say I wrote it. But Gretchen Rubin's, anybody read this? You might have seen it advertised. It was in the Sunday Times, talking about Gretchen Rubin, the Happiness Project. She was a lady that was quite happy, really. But thought one day, I think I could be happier. One might think, didn't she have anything else to think about? Yeah? But she thought, let's see if I can be happier. She had a good job, she had a nice family, she had a fairly good house, don't think. But she just thought, perhaps I could just be that bit happier. So she did a happiness project and she looked at what simple things she could adjust in life to make herself happy. Alright? It's quite entertaining reading, really. It's quite light-hearted. And it does make you think. So certainly that's quite a good book to have a think about. So some of the information from this is taken from there. Some of the experience from patients that we've worked with, from studies with Occupational Science, and also, to be honest, from asking people is how I got this from. I was coming on the train back from Cardiff the other week, and the lady in the train, and the train was delayed again. So we were sitting there, so I started talking to the lady opposite, and we started talking what we do, and I was going, you know, something like that, as well, I'm trying to prepare this. And I'm doing a talk on how doing makes you happy. She obviously went, "You're not getting a proper job." But what she said is, "I'll tell you what would make me happy. I want to be a stone lighter. That would make me happy." Yeah? But we started talking, and some of the things that we started talking between ourselves, and before long, quite a lot of the carriage had got involved with how doing makes us happy. So some of this information has come from there. First thing, challenge. Having a challenge and having a novelty. Okay? Stopping the Groundhog Day can make you happier. Come out of the comfort zone.